woman right here, Whitney White. She is currently directing the production of Othello that is going to be at Trinity Rep. So excited to talk to you today. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Yes. So, Whitney, you sort of recently graduated from the MFA program at Trinity Brown, 2015, I think.
Yeah.
So, talk to us a little bit about that experience and kind of what you've been up to since graduation.
Yeah, I had a great time here. Providence is such an amazing place to study and work and learn and be engaged with the arts. And my time at Brown Trinity was just fantastic. I learned everything I could about acting, writing, directing, and since graduating, got myself really set up as a director and writer, and I've been working in New York on a bunch of projects, my own projects with a sound collective that I work with. We do concerts and concert plays, and also working with directors around the city, associate work with them like Sam Gold and Annie Kaufman and Dan Sullivan and some of the best directors out there. So I've kind of had the privilege the past few years to really learn from the best and also do my own work, and that's what I've been up to. It's been a very busy time, and I'm very thankful to be back here at Trinity because it's a great place to be.
Yeah, it's really cool. You know, you obviously were focusing on acting, but with all these other talents, you know, you are also a singer and a musician, and you write, and but directing seems to kind of be the little niche that you fell into. Is that designed, or did that happen sort of by circumstance?
It just pulled everything together.
Yeah.
Like everything just came together. You know, I always had all these ideas. I was always in the play, and I had ideas on everything that had to do with everything except for me. You know, how everything should sound, how everything should look, how the pace of it should be. And I realized that directing really allowed me to pull all my talents together and really birth one thing that was cohesive and together. So that's how it really happened.
Yeah. So here we are. This is your directorial debut at Trinity Rep. So how does it feel to be back and kind of on this side of things?
It's so exciting. I mean, that's the great thing about Providence. I'm sure a lot of you out there, you know where Trinity Rep is. You probably know what it looks like. You probably, if you close your eyes, you know some of the company members, and you can think of the last role you saw them in. And there's just something so personalized about the theater here, and it's engaged with the community in a 1-to-1 ratio. And so being here, it's just amazing. I step in the theater, I'm flooded with all these memories, and it's this gorgeous 500+ theater, and it feels like a luxury. I'm gonna have a hard time when this one is over, because it's a perfect place to make work. You're in a community, you're taken care of, people know each other. It's great.
And it's sort of like coming back home for you, because you did get an opportunity to work with a lot of these company members while you were a student, and so it's kind of like a homecoming in a way.
Yeah, it's great. It's just, you know, there's so many company members that a lot of you will recognize in there. Jude Sandy, Stephen Thorne, Becky Gibble, all of them, and they're people that live here just like us, and there's something kind of great about seeing someone who's one of us go on stage and go through these great tragedies right in front of you. It feels like you're going through it. It's very, very personal.
So let's talk a little bit about the piece. You know, Othello, classic Shakespearean tragedy. Why Othello for you? Why this combination of you directing Othello specifically here at Trinity?
Well, it's a really intense piece. A lot of you might have first encountered it in a high school setting. It's one of those things that people read, you know, because an English teacher makes you read it. It's a really memorable piece, and there's nothing quite like it. You know, this writer, years and years and years ago, took a magnifying glass and put it to this question of what would happen if someone outside of the majority rose to the top of society, and what would happen if that friend if their mind was totally ripped apart by their best friend. What would happen? So, like, the question at the heart of the piece is just something really close to me. It's not a play about royalty and royals, which a lot of Shakespearean pieces are. It's a play about people like you and me making decisions, good decisions and a lot of bad decisions, and what happens as a result of lying, not being truthful, manipulating other people, deceiving other people, racism, misogynistic language, everything. It's like what happens when you throw all that in a pot. And I just think it's just a really juicy piece. You know, it's kind of like the piece, I feel, for me to be working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of times with classic literature, when it's done today, there's usually some sort of twist or some sort of interpretation. Do you feel like you have an interpretation of this, or are you just trying to do the piece justice as much as you can?
Well, my take on everything is that I have to approach everything where I am now. I am a woman living in 2018, and so for me, I'm looking at this play very much as happening in the now, happening in America with people that you recognize and know. So just that's my take on it. You know, let's look at this text, let's look at this world. What is the military now? You know, the military is huge in the piece, okay? So what does it mean to have this same story go on in our kind of community? That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just started rehearsals, right?
It's weird.
Sort of.
It's flying by. It's terrible. I'm so sad already. We started rehearsals the 16th of January, so we're mid stride here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're really on our feet now. We're really starting to see the beast,
see the magic coming together.
Happen.
And you've said that you want this production to be truly unique and truly unique to Trinity.
Yeah.
How are the ways that you plan to do that without any spoilers?
I know.
Of course.
I don't want to get
no spoilers
this
if
is
you
the good
can.
stuff.
But yeah.
Well, okay. I'll put it this way. The thing about the actors at Trinity, first, they're amazing, and secondly, they've been acting together for years. You know, they know each other intimately in ways that I'll never be able to understand. But there is something about the closeness of their relationships, the degree to which they know each other's skill sets, they know how to push each other's buttons, how to make each other feel good, everything. And there's something about that close proximity that lends itself very well to this play. And that's all I'll say. So that's the way I'm trying to use the Trinity Company and make it special to them, is make it feel really intimate and really, really intense, and really just a group of people stuck together making a bunch of bad decisions, you know?
And in the spirit of Trinity Rep, which is always so giving to our community, and just the most amazing things they do for our community, they always have, special opportunities for everyone to, enjoy the productions that they put on. They have Pay What You Can night, which I believe for this show is February 15th.
Come, it's awesome. It's so great.
Yes, there's no excuse really to not go. They really make every opportunity for everyone. There's open caption performances. Yeah. For this, there's also a teen talkback and a special military weekend.
Yeah, which is awesome. I mean, that's what I mean. People are like, why work at Trinity? Because of things like that, you know? Because we're going to bring the play to you. You know, it's not just about you sitting there and watching it. It's like, no, come on, talk with us, engage with us, you know? But what's so awesome about that is the play is dealing with some heavy topics, some things that we all need to be thinking about now. And I think they're looking for ways to engage the audience so that people can speak up and feel comfortable and explore the issues at the heart of the play.
Right.
And also the military evening, it's just so cool to talk to people who actually live in this framework now, you know?
Right.
I love that they're doing that. I'm very happy about that.
I know. It truly is amazing. Every time I ever speak with somebody just in life or on the show, there's always so many wonderful opportunities that they give the community. So I love Trinity Rep.
Yeah.
Just putting it out there. So I wanted to talk just briefly another thing that you're doing in New York, sort of on your own, this 2050 fellowship.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this. This is actually a really cool thing, and it's a very small group of people that get included in this fellowship. So
I'm very thankful for that opportunity. So I work, I got a fellowship at a very amazing theater in New York. If any of you are ever there, I highly recommend you go there, see some theater, meet some of these people, check it out. They're called the New York Theater Workshop, and every year they select 6 fellows to come and train there and learn things and present work and hang out and talk with each other and break bread with each other. And it's a really great way of just working and living, and it gives you kind of a hub, a home. There's a couple other theaters I work with there that are really great too, and I'm very thankful to them all. But it is interesting, this 2050 fellowship, because they really have their eye on diversity, their eye on gender parity and equality, their eye on bold stories that can be told now, that should be told now. And they're just very forward thinking, and some of the best new plays that come out of New York have come out of the workshop, you know? So it's great to be a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'll always remember New York Theater Workshop because they were the ones who did Rent.
I know.
Initially,
which
before it went to Broadway.
Yes. forget that.
Amazing company. So that's a really cool opportunity. And the 2050, I kind of read up on it. That's a reference to this thing that in 2050 there will be sort of like no kind of real racial boundaries anymore.
There'll be no majority.
Right.
It'll be very different. So they're like, oh, you know, looking forward into the future, what's the type of theater that we should be making that looks forward to that to that reality? And I love that. It keeps me very full of hope, you know, looking forward in this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're involved in a lot of really cool projects, Whitney.
Come see Othello, though.
So Othello, they're still rehearsing, but it opens mid-February. When is actual opening night?
February 19th.
February 19th. Yeah. Pay what you can, of course, February 15th during previews. Yeah. So, you know, make sure that you check it out. Thank you so much, Whitney. It's wonderful.
This lady is amazing. I love her.
Wonderful to talk to you. So I will be taking a very quick pause to get set up for my next guest. So thank you again, Whitney, and we'll be right back.